Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. And so, now that I've gotten the Attack on Titan the Season 4 Part 2 recap out of the way, if you've not seen it, you can go to my channel, go to my Attack on Titan playlist. It's gonna be the one right before this video. But yeah, so after doing that, I decided I was sent a while back. I was sent this audio drama, and I was sent it by Ete. So Ete, thank you for sending me it. This was way back in March of this year. So what is it? April, May, June. It's like 3.5 months ago. This was sent to me, and Ete was like, you should probably react to the audio drama that is the Attack on Titan high school cast, which is basically, we've looked at Attack on Titan Junior High. This is the high school alternate universe that Isayama created, because Isayama was just like, why not? But I really am excited because it's longer than I thought, because I didn't want to be spoiled. I just saved the playlist that Ete sent me, and I was like, I'll react to it when I'm done with the recap. But when I opened it up today, I was like, oh, there are 4 episodes, and they're all like 19 to 22 minutes each, like the length of an episode of Attack on Titan. And I was like, I don't want to do those all at once. I don't want to rush it, right? Because I have a feeling that I'm going to start having Attack on Titan withdrawals, because it's like, I think this last week off was the first week off I've had from Attack on Titan in over a year. And I was like, it just feels weird not reacting to Attack on Titan. And I know it's going to feel even worse when part 3 is over. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to split it up. So, surprise! For the rest of this month and into the next month, we are going to be having 4 weeks worth. There are 4 episodes. So we're going to have 4 weeks worth of Attack on Titan high school cast episodes to react to and talk about. So I'm pretty excited about that. The image that we'll see on here is it looks like the Breakfast Club. It looks like Armin looks like the geek. Mikasa is the goth. Historia is the cheerleader. Reiner's the jock, and then there's Jean. Jean looks like the one casual cool dude, right? And then there's Aaron off in the background. Aaron is the nobody. And it's like, yeah, sure. So I've been fascinated by this series ever since we saw glimpses of Armin and Mikasa in Aaron's visions during Two Brothers. And I was like, so what is this? And everybody's like, oh, it's from an alternate universe. I'm like, excuse me? So Isayama put an alternate universe cast members into the canon episode. Seems legit. So yeah, I've got my headphones. Obviously, for copyright reasons, I'm not going to be showing the actual audio in this for copyright reasons, but there is a link in the description to this actual KN Subs does it. So there's a link in the description to their video, so you can kind of sync it up with my reaction if you want to. And I've done that with other audio dramas, and it seems to work out well. But I've got the closed captions on. It says there's English subs in the captions. So I'm like, yay, thank you for translating. And thank you, Ete, for sending me this playlist. I would have been scared to look it up in the past because I'd be afraid to find manga spoilers or something like that. So I'm pretty excited. 4 weeks worth of more Attack on Titan just to gear up and get ready to get closer to the manga reviews. So why not? So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm excited to get into that. But we're not going to waste any more time. I woke up this morning and was like, it is time. It is time to watch, to listen to the Attack on Titan cast and see what all is, see what all gets cooked up in this. It's going to be weird seeing our crew in a canon alternate universe environment being casual and not being attacked by literal titans. Because even in Attack on Titan Junior High, there were literal titans. So I don't think that's going to be the case in this, but I could be wrong. So let's not waste any more time and find out. We are going to start this here in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. That's Armin. The meaningless of the caste system. So it is the Breakfast Club. This is literally the Breakfast Club. Locked in a library. Or not. Sometime, somewhere. Through a sensitive period. Oh, an American school called Titan High. So it's set up more like a traditional American academy. Oh, a pyramid. The king, the jock, and the queen bee is their clique. The pleasers and the wannabes. The messengers and the preps. And the slackers. Are the losers who are persecuted. Ooh. Okay. The nerds, the geeks, the brains, and the goths. Okay, well that's where Mikasa and Armin fall into. The bad boys and the floaters who don't go into any categories. Interesting. Wonder who a floater would be. Are determined by, so you're only friends if you're, so it's like, yeah, click-based system. That's not wrong. The losers suffer the most from this system. Was life or death matter? Oh my gosh. 6 students end up having detention together and it's a breakfast club! No way! I love the breakfast clubs. This is great. Isayama, you genius. Is it Mikasa and Reiner? And Armin? Oh, it's John. Is he the bad boy? I guess he's the bad boy. Huh? Of course my dog will be chewing on a bone in the background. Why not? Oh, Historia talking about Mikasa? Reiner and Historia being friends is so weird. Wearing your football uniform to detention, and he's the number 104. He's the captain. Of course he is. Wow. Reiner is the king. He sounds like Chuya, Jean does. Getting all snarky. Oh my god, I love Jean like this. Hasoya, yes, please. Wow, Historia being kind of bratty is interesting. I love the queen bee. Like, if Reiner and Historia were the king and queen, this is what it'd be like, huh? Is this going to be a remake of the entire movie just with the Attack on Titan cast? I want it to be so bad. He is the bad boy. Oh my god. Will Jean do the thing at the end where he just raises his arm? But that means, but Jean and Mikasa, the goth and the bad boy get together in the end of that story. And Armin's like the most damaged one. That Armin would be like the most damaged one, right? Now in the Breakfast Club, there's just 5. But Aaron's gonna make 6, so that's gonna throw it off. With the freakish style, who looks like Misa from Death Note. A creepy goat. Ah! I didn't oh my god! Wow. Mikasa. Aaron. Not making a single sound. Nothing special. Light and dark. Oh, Armin. Interesting. A normie who doesn't belong in any category. A gray existence. Interesting. Mr. Smith. Oh, Irwin. The history teacher! Like his dad. Oh. He sounds very, like, stern, but he's not, like... But he doesn't sound as intense as Irwin does in the show. Darkness and destruction! Yeah! Oh. Interesting. Chronological tables. Her knowing the history. Because she's Historia. The Dark Ages. Physics. Oh, Armin says physics. Okay. And write an essay. This is the Breakfast Club. I freaking love this. Who I am. 1,000 words seems like a lot, but it's literally like barely over a page. No, 500 words is about a page and a half, so it's a 3-page essay. That is a bit to write in a day. Oh. Was that black magic? Irwin is capable of such things. It's creepy. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Yes, please. So Titans are real in this. So I guess Titans are really a thing in this world. Okay. Can't use your phone or PC! And you're not allowed to sleep. Watching Twilight! And he was gonna watch a reaction! Oh my god. Oh my god. It's against human rights! Historia would say that. He's like, I got you by the horns! Your guardians have agreed to all this. Oh. How did you contact Armin's parents? They're not alive. Neither are Aaron's. How'd you do that? Oh, his grandpa. So his grandpa is alive in this. And Aaron's not talked at all through this. There we go. There we go. Interesting, Aaron. Aaron respects Irwin in the manga, so it makes sense that he would be all for it right here in this. I'll always be watching you. I've got you for the rest of your natural born lives. The bad boy. Mikasa the Goth and the normie Aaron. Wow. This is so great. I love this so much. We're going to reveal so much about their characters. Historia being bratty is interesting. She's more like Ymir. And John and Armin are going to get to talk, so this is interesting. The geek and the bad boy. Ah. Oh, but he will, because everyone's always watching them. Huh? Is it allowed? Is it that like is the PC akin to his book that he had in the anime? To see the rest of the world, right? That ties to Armin's character. Oh, I don't like Sean teasing him. Reiner stops him. Playing the hero. Oh, interesting. Oh, the music kicking in. Save the miserable. I'm not miserable! Oh. Oh, Armin. What if you're the miserable one, Reiner? Oh my god. Are we getting into this? My future looks bright. Oh my god. God, this is connecting to season 4 pretty good. Jean and Reiner having a thing? Why do you act like a goody two-shoes? Oh. Jean could have been at Sumo and Haikyuu. He's jealous. Condescending. Uh-huh. Wow. Classic bad boy. He sounds so much like Chuya from Bungo Stray Dogs. It's great. A celebrity, because she is the queen bee. Refined features. Wow, she has kind parents in this world. Or does she? Mikasa talking to Jean, yes. Everyone has darkness on their hearts. Huh? Wise words, Mikasa. Oh my god. It's gothic fashion. It's a subculture! Taking roots in England and Germany! I love how much she knows about it. Goth lowly. Oh. Interview with the Vampire. And Twilight. That's so she likes vampires and stuff. Oh my god. You could stop. At least you tried building up a persona. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, Jean's not really a bad boy. It's all an act. Mm-hmm. And Aaron's been quiet this whole time. The desire of destruction only brings one's destruction. Wow. Is he fighting Aaron? Oh! Why are you commenting that? I watch too many live broadcasts, it rubs off of me. Because it's an audio drama, they have to tell what happened. Who's the most miserable? As inferiority complex. A wimp with a mother complex. Oh. Does he have a knife? What? I want it! Wow. This took a turn. Oh my God. The janitor, Levi! Shut up! Oh my God. Who appeared unexpectedly? A dangerous man from the underground! Oh my God! Shut up! That went by way too fast! No! That went by so quickly! Oh my God. Uh-huh. Oh, is Hanji in this too? Oh my God. Oh my God. This is going to be amazing. Amazing. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Wow. I wanted to go back and reread the part they said about Levi. Sean breaking out the knife. So yeah, there is a janitor in the Breakfast Club, isn't there? It's been a long time since I've seen the Breakfast Club, but I love that movie. And so if Erwin is the history teacher and Levi is the janitor, then there's a possibility they could interact in this. My Ururi heart could be fulfilled. Because that was the one thing. We didn't get hardly any Erwin in Attack on Titan Junior High. It makes much more sense in the high school thing of Levi being a janitor. It's also hilarious because Levi is a janitor. He's cleaning up things. He doesn't want things to be dirty. So him being the janitor makes perfect sense. And Erwin being the history teacher like his dad before him is adorable and makes perfect sense. I just need Erwin to say, I've got you for the rest of your natural born lives, and I'll be satisfied by the end of this. But okay. So in the original Breakfast Club, if you've not seen that movie, it's an 80s movie. It's a coming of age, it's not really a rom-com at all. It's a coming of age, like after school movie. But it's about these 5 high school kids that get stuck in detention together in an American school. And they all like spend that Saturday learning about themselves, learning about about their similarities despite their backgrounds and despite the cliques they belong to being different, learning about each other. And then by the end of it, they're not besties, but they all come to understand each other better by the end of the movie. Now in Breakfast Club, the goth character girl, her and the bad boy kind of get together at the end of that. So I'm like, would Jean and Mikasa get together by the end of this? Is that going to be a thing? Because there's the big thing at the end where the bad boy's like, yeah, I got the girl. And it's like, okay. Or no, wait. No, it's Jean and, it was not Jean and the goth. It was Jean and I thought it was the princess. So Jean and the princess got together at the end of Breakfast Club, which would be Historia. That's interesting. So maybe that won't happen in this version. Maybe, I'm assuming Isayama, I forgot that it was actually the jock and the goth that kind of got together, which would be Mikasa and Reiner, which I don't see at all, and I don't see Jean and Historia together. So that's interesting. Maybe Isayama will change that a bit. Maybe that will be altered. But in the Breakfast Club, we find out that the nerd, he's got like one of the worst, like he's it's crazy because in the Breakfast Club, spoilers, if you're going to see that movie, I'm assuming we're going to touch base on it here. Breakfast Club spoilers. But in that film, the nerd ends up revealing that he's suicidal and that he was going to commit suicide. And everybody in the detention's kind of like, oh shit, we didn't think you were going to be that type of person. Like, you don't seem like that. And so that kind of ties to Armin's character a little bit because we've talked back in season 3 around the time of Midnight Sun that Armin is very self-sacrificial and he's kind of a suicidal maniac just as much as Eren. So I'm going to be curious to see how much Isayama sticks to the original. I'm assuming it's not going to be beat for beat like the Breakfast Club because like I said, even the romantic parts, they don't fit the ships in this, right? Because it seems like he's putting Historia and Reiner together. It's like, man, Reiner may actually get one time in his life where him and Historia could potentially be a pairing. Maybe. But I really love the voice acting in this already. Yuki Kaji didn't have much to do in this episode. I feel like Eren is a nobody. He's the quiet guy just off by himself. Because in the original Breakfast Club, there's not 6 people, there's 5. So the fact they've introduced Eren into this is going to be interesting. Maybe Eren's going to be the one that has like the big reveal at the end. I don't know. He's the one that's going to call out all the truths. In the picture, he just looks kind of sad, like off by himself, which is not unlike himself in the actual manga and anime, right? But man, I love Reiner has the 104 on his uniform for the 104th Cadets. Reiner's character in this so far seems very much like season 1, season 2 Reiner. Historia is interesting because she's such a brat in this already. It's weird because in season 1 and throughout season 2, she's the Krista persona. So she's the good girl. She's the nice girl. And Ymir kind of breaks her out of that shell. And then by season 3, she's kind of badass, right? She's not condescending in season 3. She's just very like strong, independent woman. So it's interesting to see Historia like this in this episode because it seems like she has a heavy Ymir influence throughout. Like she's been kind of snotty and snarky, which is something I'm not used to seeing Historia be like. So that's kind of cool. Armin is Armin. I like that Armin's PC is kind of like his book of the world. It's his way of seeing the outside world. Mikasa being this occult goth is hilarious, and her seeing the silver being like a silver blade. I'm just like, oh my god, and her knowing about the culture and everything. It's if this is the most we get Mikasa talking in the entire series is in this audio drama, I won't be surprised, but I'm like, oh my god, it's great. I love that she's just so knowledgeable about everything. It's wonderful. And then Jean's voice actor, I said it during the reaction, but Jean's voice actor is the same as Chuya from Bungo Stray Dogs. And Jean in this, when he's being like such a snark, sounds like Chuya. And Chuya is kind of a bad boy in Bungo Stray Dogs. So his voice actor does a really good job of like putting on that kind of like bad boy snarky, like, but there's a layer of vulnerability underneath it. And so yeah, Jean is just projecting all throughout this. He's just projecting, trying to act tough when he's really not, which is very akin to his actual persona in season 1. So the funny thing is that Jean and Armin are already having dialogue together. They're already having dialogue. And so that's kind of similar to their relationship in the series. But then Jean's calling out Reiner. Jean calling out Reiner in this, I kept thinking of Night of the End in season 4. I was like, wow, this is kind of like Night of the End, where he's like, stop, putting on this goody two-shoes persona. And then all I could think about was that Sumi from Haikyuu, so that's where my mind went. But then Aaron just being like I'll just write the essay and it's fine. Because Aaron in the anime and manga respects Erwin, and he's just kind of like, eh. So I'm curious to see what Aaron ends up revealing in this. I'm curious to see like how these characters start revealing stuff about themselves. Mikasa calls out Jean being like, you're a boy with a mama's complex. I'm like, hitting the nail on the head, right? And then Levi shows up. And what does Mikasa say about them? I like, of course, Mikasa knows about Levi because she's an Ackerman, right? Just like him. So of course she would know about him. It's the janitor Levi. It's rumored that before he was higher up in the underworld. And what'd she say? She said that just how many times he stained his hands with blood. He's a janitor, but it's like, how she's just, oh God, it's great. It's great. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. I love that this is canon. This is an alternate universe canon. It's nice to think, okay, because Attack on Titan Junior High was like, okay, well, what if things were relatively normal in the Attack on Titan world with these characters? But there was still the element of Titans. And Erwin seems to suggest that there are still Titans in this world. So that's interesting, unless it's, metaphorical and figurative. But it's great to see, like, okay, if these were just in a high school clique, what would they be like and how would that work? I like that Jean has his hair all styled like the bad boy, but he looks kind of more preppy than bad boyish. I don't know if this is the Japanese equivalent of American bad boys. I'm like, Jean needs a leather jacket in order to pull that off. That's the stereotypical, like, bad boys has like a leather jacket or a black jacket, but that seems more Aaron. So I don't know, but man, okay. So yeah, I decided I was going to break these up into 4. This is actually, looking at the playlist and just how long it is, this is actually the shortest one of all of them. And they get longer as we go. Next week is going to be 22 minutes, almost 23 minutes. Then the next one is like nearly 25 minutes. And the final one is like almost 30 minutes. So we're just going to get more content as we go, which is amazing. I would love to see this as an OVA, like an anime, like even if it was like a movie. You know what? We didn't get our Attack on Titan movie because we're doing season 4, part 3. Mappa, if you just want to make, when all this is said and done, like an OVA, like an, what is this, like an hour and a half long movie that's just this all animated, I'd be fine with that. I don't think we'd complain. I would pay for it. So yeah. Okay, cool. I'm very curious to know your comments down below. Now, obviously I don't want manga spoilers, but at this point we can talk about the anime all we want because I've watched all of the anime up until this point with the exception of part 3. So there's not really much spoilers to talk about unless they're manga spoilers, and then I don't want to know about the manga, but I am very curious to hear your comments down below. I do know that there was like a short, this was shared in the Discord like way back, like last fall. Someone shared an image. It was right about the time, or it wasn't last fall, it was earlier this spring. It was right about the time that Two Brothers came out, and I was like, what's this? And everybody was like, oh, it's from the AU. So it was around like February, March. And they were saying, oh, here, and that's probably about the time that Ete sent me this link, if I'm thinking about it. But they sent like a spread of all of them, like all the cast members as Isayama drew them, and they were all in different categories. And so I think we're just going to focus on these 6 for this audio drama. But I know that the slacker, Connie was the slacker, right? I think that they talked about at the very beginning of this. Let me go back. And so there was, where was the different Let me see. There was a different ones. The top was the jock. All right. And then there was the queen bee. All right. And then under them is their clique, which was the pleasers and the wannabes. So I'm trying to think. I think the pleasers, I want to say Ymir was a pleaser because she wanted to please Historia. I want to say that in the picture Ymir was a pleaser. You know what? Let me look this up because I want to look up Caste. Okay, the Attack on Titan high school cast. There was an image. Yeah, this was the image that was shared to me. Okay, and I will. I only got this one image shared, and so let me see on here what everybody was called, and I will actually bring it over here so I can put it in the video and show you all. I'm not going to look up any more of the cast at this point. I've heard like it's a whole thing, which is fun. I may eventually get to that down the road after I finish Attack on Titan maybe. But anyway, so here it is. There is, of the Attack on Titan high school casts, there is Reiner, who's the school king, the jock, popular at school but somewhat lacking in tact. Historia, the school's queen, the queen bee, the daughter of socialites who has never had to want for anything, bored with her school life, which is kind of cool because if it was in real life, that's how it would have actually been. Interesting. Ymir, the pleaser, spoils Historia in hopes of making herself seem indispensable. Ryan Bertolt is the gopher, the messenger, who's used by Reiner. That's sad. Oh, there's also Marlowe, the prep. So Marlowe's the prep. Okay. And what does it say about Marlowe? Let me look it up here. Marlowe tries to get everyone he sees to help out his charitable and political causes. That fits Marlowe's character perfectly. Hitch is the hanger-on, and she's next to Aaron. She says the wannabe who wants to become friends with Historia and leech off her popularity. Oh, interesting. We never see Hitch and Historia together, so that's fun. Aaron, nothing in particular. The regular person, not part of the popular crowd or the nerds. No dreams or ambitions. It's really sad, Isayama. Why would you do that? That's so sad. Aaron just kind of like, Isayama, why? Annie is the bad girl delinquent. So it's funny. We talked about Jean and Annie maybe possibly being a pair. That's fun. I love her tights, her ripped tights. And she's kind of similar to Mikasa, so that's cool. Jean is the delinquent bad boy. Acts bad because he thinks it'll get him the girls. Makes sense. The bad girl finds it extremely unpleasant that people consider her and Jean to be in the same category. So she does not want to be in the same category as Jean. That's fun. Connie is the slacker. Idiot. Okay. Marco is the brain, the homework-obsessed nerd. The brain otaku buddies with Armin. Oh, Marco and Armin being buddies. And Armin's computer there has like the little Wings of Freedom symbol. A geek, a PC-obsessed anime lover. That's funny because if you ship Jean and Marco, since Marco's died, a lot of people ship Jean and Armin. So Marco and Armin are put in the same category, so that kind of makes sense. So Sasha is the floater, the weird girl. The floater isn't really able to differentiate between things she can and can't eat. Makes sense. And then Mikasa, the occult lover, the goth trying to figure out a curse she can use to repel Jean, who won't stop bothering her. Oh no, so she doesn't want Jean to like her. And then we have the pyramid they were talking about, which is the Jacques, the queen bee. Then we have the sidekicks, the pleaser, and the wannabe, which would be Ymir, Bertolt, Marlowe, and Hitch. Then the messenger, the preps, or no, Marlowe and Bertolt and Connie would be down there. And then the nerds, the geek, the goth, the brain, and the others, which would be Aaron. Wow. Oh my gosh. So that was the image that was shared to me way back when. That was the image shared, which is kind of hilarious. And then we can see the picture of all of them together, which is really, really funny. Wow. So, how about that? How about that, huh? That's kind of amazing. So yeah, I really like this so far. This is great. I cannot wait to see what more we get on it in the episodes to come. I haven't watched Breakfast Club in a while, so it'll be fun to see what I can remember that it takes from and what it doesn't. So, but yeah, I'm curious to know your thoughts down below. So, This will be fun for the next 4 weeks. So in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back next week with part 2 of Attack on Titan High School Cast. Bye.